How does a long-arm statute affect legal jurisdiction? Imagine a court in one state being able to hold someone accountable even if they live far away. That might sound surprising, but it is possible thanks to a legal rule called a long-arm statute. This law allows courts to extend their reach beyond their usual borders. It's like having a long arm that can reach out and touch someone in another state. In the world of courts and laws, jurisdiction is about who has the power to hear and decide a case. Usually, courts only have authority over people or property within their geographic area. But with a long-arm statute, a court can exercise personal jurisdiction over someone who lives outside the state if they have enough connection to it. This means that even if a person is not physically present in the state, the court can still requiring them to appear and answer for their actions. For example, if someone owns property in a state or does business there, the court can use the long-arm statute to claim jurisdiction over them. Or if they commit a wrongful act that causes harm within the state, the court can also step in. The key idea is that the defendant must have what is called minimum contacts with the state. This means they have deliberately interacted with the state in some meaningful way. The concept of minimum contacts is important because it protects people from being sued in states where they have no real connection. It makes sure that jurisdiction is fair and not just based on where someone lives. Courts also look at whether exercising jurisdiction is reasonable and fair. They consider factors like whether it would be too burdensome for the defendant, whether the state has an interest in hearing the case, and whether the case can be handled efficiently. Long-arm statutes are especially useful today because so much business and interaction happen across state lines. They help courts address disputes involving people or companies outside their borders. This way, legal responsibility does not disappear just because someone is physically distant. In summary, a long-arm statute affects legal jurisdiction by allowing courts to reach out and include out-of-state defendants who have enough ties to the state. It helps ensure that people cannot avoid legal accountability simply by being outside the state. At the same time, it respects the rights of defendants by requiring a meaningful connection and fairness in the process. This balance keeps the legal system functioning smoothly in a society where borders are less of a barrier to justice.